Hey y'all, today we're in my kitchen and we're doing one of my favorite things to do, which is cooking, because then that leads to my real favorite thing to do, which is eat. So today we are going to make a low-carb, keto-inspired dinner that could also be used as a lunch if you're doing the 16 and 8 protocol. So that means you're having lunch and dinner. When I intermittent fast, I use the 20 and 4 protocol, which usually requires me to eat one meal, which is dinner and a snack or something like that, in my 4-hour feasting window. So we're going to start with our cabbage. I like to cut my cabbage into small strips so that it cooks a little faster. Then we're gonna cut up the onion, and I like to chop my onion into about 1-inch pieces. I like to flavor my cabbage with bacon grease, and so this bacon has been cooked in the microwave. We're going to pour a little in the pan. Then you put the pan on medium-high heat until it gets really hot, and then it's time to cook our cabbage. We don't pour all the cabbage in at one time. Start with a layer because if you pour it all in at one time, it makes it hard to get your seasoning on everything, and you want your stuff to be seasoned, right? So I like freshly ground pepper. That's what this is. Got the pepper. You have some salt. First layer a little, cooking a little, get a little brown before we add the other layer and season again. Oops. So we're cooking the first layer until it gets a little translucent. And the pan starts to get dry, so we're adding the rest of our bacon grease. And we're going to keep stirring and stir some more. And we're going to add the next layer of cabbage. And then we're going to add our salt and pepper to the next layer. This way the seasoning gets very well distributed. That's why we're doing it in layers. And then I noticed that my pan started to get a little dry again, so we're adding extra virgin olive oil here. And the final layer of cabbage. Last layer of salt and pepper. And then we're going to add our onions. Gotta have the onions. Now we're going to add a little water, and we're going to cover it so that it can steam for a few minutes. I've kind of fast forwarded a little bit. And now we're turning up the heat so that we can brown it a little more. Now I'm about to show you an easy way to get the skin, if you don't like it, I don't like it, off the bottom of your salmon. See, I pointed there because my pan is lopsided. But you take about a 1/2 inch of water and to bring it to a boil, and then you put your salmon in. And you let it cook for about 30 to 60 seconds. And you see it starts to get done. And when that happens, that's a good thing. And then you get ready to take it out, and you put it onto a paper towel to drain. You flip it over to put the skin side up. Now I apologize because I think I accidentally deleted the footage showing me actually peeling the skin off of the salmon. But once you remove it from the water, the skin peels off really easily. Then you pat the salmon down after you remove the skin. We've now washed out our pan and dried it out and put some extra virgin olive oil in the pan, a couple of tablespoons. And we have also seasoned our salmon with salt, pepper, and some lemon pepper. You're going to put it down in the pan when it's piping hot. Once you get all your salmon pieces in the spot where you want them to be, don't touch it for about 4 minutes. I know you'll be tempted to move the salmon around in the pan, but don't do it because we want to get a good sear on the salmon. The only way to do that is to leave it alone. Now it's time to multitask and start working on our deviled eggs. We're going to slice them lengthwise. Oh, and the arrow over there, that's pointing to the egg cooker that I got from Amazon that my daughter told me about. So you're just going to take 1 tablespoon. That should be enough. We shall see. I usually just pour a little bit of relish in there, but since you guys are with me, let's measure it. I don't want a whole tablespoon. We're going to do a 1/2 tablespoon, okay? And we're going to just mix it all up. Now, you think you need a whole bunch of sugar and salt and all of that, but that relish sweetens it up. So, you really don't need a whole lot. We're just going to speed this up for a minute and fill up these eggs with the mixture. It just takes a couple of little minutes to do that. I'm going to sprinkle it with some paprika at the end. I feel like it's getting really, this pan, I don't know about this pan, y'all. Oops. Look at that. I feel like it needs a little more oil in the pan. It's okay. Okay. Olive oil is good for you. It's okay. Now see, oh, that's my timer. I went a little ahead of it, but that's okay. Now that one, that big one over there, because of its position in the pan, it didn't get as brown as the other one. And that's okay. You can always move it around, and we can flip it over again if we need to. If you want to get it a little browner, you know, I might do that. Trying to get it in another position. Okay, now we'll let that cook on this side for a couple of minutes. All right, let's turn this down just a teensy bit, and we're gonna move that piece right there. Ooh, it's gonna be good. We're gonna move it around a little bit. How about that? Y'all see? And then we're gonna flip that one back over too. But now it's been almost 2 minutes, I think. That one looks pretty good. Let's flip this back over. Let's see what. Yeah. Okay. Now it's time for our garlic butter sauce. We have 2 tablespoons of butter here that we're going to cut up into different places in the pan. And we'll end up moving it around a little bit. Of course, this knife isn't that sharp, or I'd probably be cutting myself. Then we're going to get our 8 cloves of garlic that we chopped up and sprinkle that around in the pan. Oh, this smells so good. I'm going to try to get some of those garlic pieces off of the salmon and into the butter, just to make that sauce be so garlicky that you just can't even resist it. Y'all, did you think that you could make healthy meals that taste this good? Oh, you can. Salmon is really good for you. Now the last step is to just sprinkle some of this parsley over the top. I wish I had some fresh parsley, but I don't, so we're using this. Now, doesn't that look delicious? I can't wait to eat it. Here is the final plated product. Yummy. And also here is the carb count. So the answer is yes, you can have healthy, delicious meals and lose weight at the same time. Let me know if you try this recipe. Bon appetit.